Hello everyone, Counterspell Hater here, back with another EDH request today, made by one of my fellow viewers. If you want to have a request of yours fulfilled on this channel, then be the first to comment on this video and type the name and you want to see. In this case, is Tymna and Akiri, partner commander is perfectly fine. Just type it in below, but even if you aren't first, comment anyways. Like and subscribe before you get into the video. Thank you to the 34 of you who are currently subscribed to me. We're only one away from 35, so keep us going. 6 away from 40, which is incredible. Thank you for your support. You can show your support too by clicking that subscribe button, so go ahead and do that. And hit the notification bell, that way you don't miss any of my videos. Like I already told you that. And comment, as I said. And share this video along with the other videos found on my channel with other people. With that said, let's get into this this EDH request starring Tymna the Weaver and Akiri Lineslinger. And they also asked for a specific style, this style being equipment. So I focus kind of more on Akiri and a lot less on Tymna. I think she's kind of in here maybe to give us some access to black, so like there can be some good stuff in there, especially nowadays. Like there's some really powerful mono black equipment, and she'll be able to draw us cards. But Akira is going to be doing a lot of the damage, I think, for the most part in this deck. So let's get into our synergies first. Like highly synergistic cards in this deck, like Arden, Interpret, Archaeologist. I mean, being able to just swing every equipment you have onto just a singular permanent or player, like each aura and each equipment you have onto like one thing without having to pay mana cost or anything, is an incredible ability. Brunor Battlehammer buffs up our creatures for each equipment they have attached to them, and he allows us to equip something, one of our artifacts to one of our creatures for free once each turn, which is nice. Reckless Crew to create us an army in a hurry. Nahiri, Hair of the Ancients, can help us find equipment, and her ultimate can end up dealing a whole bunch of damage to a creature or planeswalker, and she can end up creating some tokens, which is nice. So Ram draws even more cards than what Tymna the Weaver might be drawing us. Stoneforge Mystic, help us cheat out maybe some expensive equipment. Metalworker for ramp, since we're playing artifacts. Leonin Abunas, I have no idea. Giving our artifacts weak control, hexproof, so giving our artifacts, our equipment, some form of protection. Tagu Goblin Weaponsmith, since our one of our commanders, the one I built around for this request, depends on having artifacts out to buff itself up. This will allow us to take advantage of our lands and give us equipment rocks, and allow us to deal non-combat damage, although not that much. Armored Sky Hunter really can allow us to cheat out some equipment. I mean, toxics off our library, not to mention ores or equipments, and we don't have to pay the equip cost if we put an equipment onto the battlefield. We can just simply attach it. So this is really nice, especially for combat, since that's when it triggers. Elemental Mastery, since our commander could end up being big, but we need a lot of blockers. Well, then we do big power and toughness, then we'll be able to use our commander's absurd amount of power to create a whole bunch of 1/1 so that we can block and stay alive. Smothering Tide for ramp, since we're in white and we are not in green. Disciple of the Vault for when our artifacts do enter the graveyard from the battlefield. Mirrorsmith created us an army. Metalwork Colossus, since we're playing so many artifacts, I mean, this could be a free 10/10 right here that can also bring itself back. Starnheim Courser, make it cheaper for us to cast artifacts and enchantment spells. All that glitter, since we're playing a whole bunch of artifacts. Sunbird's Invocation to help us cast even more equipment, more specifically in a turn. Brand Temporal Gateway, cheat something out, that's historic. Now we go into our equipment. So Sword of Feast and Famine for ramp, cranial plating, buff up our commander for each artifact we control. Trailblazers boots, since people are playing at least one or more non-basic lands in their commander decks these days, like there's something that's staying out there. Loxodon Warhammer, give Akiri trample and lifelink so we can stay in the game. Bloodforge Battle Axe is amazing. Can end up creating a lot of itself in a singular game if we ended up just attaching a whole bunch of these to our commander, create a bunch of tokens of it or copies of it, and then keep equipping it to our commander, which is amazing. Quietus Spike would really shorten the game, considering how it causes a player to lose half their life whenever the creature deals combat damage to that player. Our Argentium Armor, just to destroy some stuff that may be annoying. And that can be any permanent. It doesn't say non-land, so you can be annoying. You can be the one player at the table who loses all their friends in one move and destroy lands. Don't be that person, by the way. Wand of Orcus, definitely would recommend this goes in this type of deck, especially with like Akiri, because if he ends up dealing combat damage and he's equipped with this, you're gonna get a lot of zombies in a hurry. And then next time you attack, you have not only Akiri with Death Touch, but a whole bunch of zombies gaining Death Touch until end of turn as well. So that can end up dealing a lot of damage and or also getting rid of a lot of creatures in one turn. Forebear's Blade, because of its death trigger. Also, Vigilance and Trample make our commander a great blocker, as well as an attacker. Shadow Spear to take away Indestructible and Hexproof for our opponent's permanents, since that can be annoying. Goblin Skin Gauntlet, buff up our commander even more. Swiftfoot Boots for Hexproof and Haste. Sword of the Animist for ramp. Explore Scope for even more ramp. Metalgeist, since we're playing a whole bunch of artifacts. Ember Cleave for double strike. And maybe even just some way to close out the game all of a sudden. Could happen. Kusari Gamma, get rid of a whole bunch of creatures in the turn if our opponent ends up blocking your Akiri. Well, he has this Mirror Shield, solves the Death Touch problem, so no need for Indestructible, not to mention gives the equipped creature Hexproof and also +2, so a lot more survivability, I should say. Hammer of Nazan, just allows us to just play equipments and attach them to our commanders or creatures without having paid the equip cost. Prying Blade to create more artifacts, specifically treasure tokens, so this helps us ramp and also buff up our commander because treasure tokens are artifacts. And our commander gets buffed up for each artifact we have. Gold Vein Pick to do the same thing. Mirrorworks create us even more equipment, so this can get out of hand. Whisper Steel Dagger. I like to be prepared for most instances, so Whisper Steel Dagger those can end up voting well because I mean you're almost guaranteed to find a gold like a graveyard player at the table, and as a result, having Whisper Steel Dagger in this deck can pay off big time. Like you could get a Crater Hoof Behemoth, although that wouldn't matter because you'd be dealing damage. Or like a World Spine one, or Platinum Angel, or Razzacat, or like some ridiculously powerful creature. Since you're almost guaranteed to find like a graveyard player, like a blue-black mill player. Sort of War and Peace to punish people who play card draw and to reward us for drawing a whole bunch of cards. Maybe with Tymna, if we end up even playing her. We might. So like Asia, the new green blue landfall deck, or Ludwig, I think it is. Yeah, Ludwig. Bearded Axe, buff up our commander even more. Bone Horde, again, for graveyard players. This is since thing is like most people wouldn't be expecting you to play these cards. So by playing these cards, you can kind of take people by surprise. You know what I mean? Because like and oh, it's an equipment deck. They won't be playing anything graveyard related, right? Well, you'd be clearly wrong to assume. Because being prepared for every instance in Magic that you can run into is one of the keys to victory. The Venetian Blade, to kind of go along with Bone Horde, so we can end up milling someone. So this could be also an alternate win condition. So having a bunch of win conditions is also ideal in Magic. Blade of the Blood Chief for sacrifice players, so Rakdos players, Golgari players, Jund players, things like that. Fiend Lash could end up dealing a lot of damage to someone or a planeswalker. Cloudsteel Kieran as our 50th card to prevent us from losing the game and our opponents from winning the game. Spine Rock Knoll, since we're in red, we're going to be able to deal a lot of damage. Isolated Watchtower to help us ramp, and then 16 plains, basic, 16 basic swamps, and 16 basic mountains. And with that, the end of this EDH request starring Tymna the Weaver and Akiri Line Slinger in the style of an equipment focused deck. Well, Voltron for short. But yeah, that is it for this request. Like I said at the beginning of the video, if you want a request of yours to be fulfilled on this channel, or like to see a commander or like a certain style of one on here, just be the first to comment down below, and I will fulfill my end of the bargain by dedicating a future episode to that request whenever I can. But other than that, like and subscribe. Thank you to the 34 of you again who are supporting me right now, and you can be one of those people and show that you care by subscribing and commenting. Even if you aren't the first, be sure to comment anyways. I love the feedback from you guys. I love the fact that I've been getting more requests from you guys. You know, it shows me that you really like this channel, and that means something to me. So thank you. Hit the notification bell, that way you don't miss any of my content that is coming up. And share this video along with other videos found on my channel with other people. With that said, I will see you tomorrow. Bye.